Welcome back, FE12 Lunatic-Reverse 0% Growths, Chapter 22. We successfully recruited Minerva's dying brother last chapter, who I guess isn't dying anymore. He's got the best base stats in the game and solid weapon rank, so he's coming to this chapter along with Ymir and Violent, if you can believe that. We're all out 11 swords except what we need for Medius, so Katarina's going back to Sage, and she'll go ahead and use the Angelic Robe and Spirit Dust that we bought last chapter. Michalis needs to land 3 total crits over the course of this chapter, and also some shaky Brave Lance hits, so we're finally going to use this skill bond that we got all the way back in Chapter 10X to supplement his already impressive skill. He also uses our 5th and final luck bond, and I'll explain why when we get there. We got some valuable stuff from Ymir, Michalis, and the cave last chapter, so we can sell all that and some other stuff lying around to forge 13 crit onto a Dragonpike. I need to crit a few mage dragons in this chapter and the next that I just can't deal with any other way. What's annoying is that ultimately, if you were determined enough, you could grind for the upcoming crits with a base Dragonpike. This isn't strictly necessary. It's just a matter of minimizing degeneracy and preserving my dignity. So like you want to do it for the sake of the route, but you know, it might have been nice to have this money somewhere else. Because the cost is almost 10k, and I desperately wish I didn't have to save up for this forge is named Farina. I need to check on just one enemy real quick. This dragon needs to have 16 defense instead of 17, which is 50-50. We have to move very quickly through this chapter before we get overwhelmed by reinforcements. So Xane's going to copy Katarina, and then Katarina's going to get that dance. An amazing new Manakete named Nagi joined us here, and if you predicted that she would eat the energy drop we bought last chapter, then congratulations. The positioning of the first set of enemies forces me to spend a rescue bringing Pala forward so that she can reach the first mage dragon this turn. Wolf lands a nice longbow hit with the +5 hit support bonus from Violent, and Michalis cleans it up with the Brave Lance. Pala drops the first crit with Farina, and then Katarina's going to use her powerful new Starlight Tome to serve up an easy kill for Ymir's Devil Axe. I need the Swarm Tome Sorcerer to pick anyone other than Michalis, but Michalis has a disgraceful, but accurate to the lore, 2 luck. However, by giving Michalis the luck bond, he's only 1 luck behind Ymir, so with Michalis' superior base speed and resistance, that luck bond is enough to send the swarm to Ymir instead. I am officially the luck bond king. That is my legacy. The unsurprising double fortify gets everyone back up, and do not forget Marth's Pure Water here on turn 1. The swarm hits Ymir as discussed, and no one else can reach us, but they sure are a-comin'. Now this turn, and this chapter in general, is where the reversal mechanic is at its most sadistic. The Swordmasters, Berserkers, and Thoron Sorcerers can all crit you relatively easily on reversal, and for the Glower Tome Sorcerers, reversal means that 95% of the units in this game can't even interact with them. What we can do is Dance Extend Nagi after she uses the Strength Bond to one-shot this dragon, whose defense we checked in preparations. She is such a fucking monster. I love Nagi, dude. The male and female specific tomes, Excalibur and Aura, team up one last time to take down this first Swordmaster. The reason I needed a Paladin was just a problem of covering enough distance, and there are no Paladins in the game that can use Mercurius at base, so instead of a Mercurius crit on the second Swordmaster like last time, it had to be Longbow plus Master Sword crit. Now the only Paladins that can use Master Sword are Sirius, who would die to reversal, Astrum, and Violent. Violent is strictly better than Astrum, except for having 1 fewer strength, but that doesn't matter for this strat, so Violent is chosen for his higher skill and luck. We had to get most of the action out of the way before Michalis, because he needs our first fortify of the turn in order to survive reversal against this Glower Tome. Marth is still coming in hot with his Devil Sword to serve up a kill for Katarina, because Ymir wasn't healthy enough to do anything this turn, but he is going to use his Pure Water. Marth would die to this Meteor Tome Sorcerer without the Pure Water and the Chapter 12 Angelic Robe, but as it is, the Meteor goes for Pala. This turn is hard. The Thoron and Glower Tome Sorcerers will double everyone in the army except Michalis, so we need help from Barrier and Nosferatu to take them down. It may have looked odd that I had Xane fight the Swordmaster at 1 range and got hit in the face with the reversal, but that's the only way for him to be in range of Katarina for that barrier buff she needed. Look how completely unafraid Cord is on this tile. He's such a man. This Berserker is an extremely serious problem that took me forever to solve, because he will one-shot almost everyone with reversal, and if not, then he's going to 2-hit KO almost everyone else, so we're just going to run away for now. When I pointed out in my previous run that Michalis' high base speed never actually mattered, it fucking matters this time. His ability to not get doubled and also just survive against the 2 Glower Tome Sorcerers on this map is the glue holding the entire strat together. Xane is able to finish off the Glower Sorcerer and heal up a little bit with Nosferatu, while Ymir is barely able to survive against the reversal of the Thoron Sorcerer thanks to his Pure Water and large health pool. Our fearless leader Marth posts one last W with his Devil Sword that he's been using all game. And our stragglers just barely sneak past the Berserker, except Cord, who doesn't give a shit. I don't really understand how the math checks out on this Berserker's AI, but he is singularly interested in Militia, no matter where the rest of your army is, despite Militia's very high 12 luck. Even if it were Yumina instead of Cord, he'd still go for Militia. I really don't understand it, but it lets me control him very easily, so fine. Etzel heals at 1 range with Physic, because that's all we have left at this point. And now we pick a god and pray that this Berserker doesn't crit us. Shoutouts to the Wolf Guard, baby. This Berserker was such a problem because all our good units can't afford to move backward here. Everyone, including Fina, has to keep pushing forward. So the secret to getting rid of him was really to have Xane running forward and back. And otherwise, I had no idea what I was going to do with this guy. The pre-promotes in this game are generally terrible, but if you look hard enough, you can find places for almost all of them to shine, as I've shown in this run. Even Pond Scum, like Violent. A lot of reinforcements appear now, and they will keep appearing, so we don't have a lot of time left. But fortunately, the reinforcements all have only 6 movement. I could seize on this turn if I had an available rescue use, but I just don't, since the rescue at the end of the previous chapter saved 2 turns, and this would only save 1. As it is, Pala lands an unnecessary crit, and Nagi dunks on another dragon, thanks once again to the energy drop and strength bond. This routing is no joke, man. I'm fucking serious with these bond items. Even more dragons show up, so I think it might be time to leave. I really wish there were a way to kill this mage dragon blocking the room with Nagi, but there just isn't with the way she was positioned after last turn. Instead, we'll just have to crit both it and the boss with Michalis' very high skill. The boss is exactly 10 tiles away from where Michalis is now, so it pretty much has to be the same unit doing both kills. And you can see Fina only gets this dance off because she's been moving her max distance for the most part. Real quick, I'm going to get A rank bows on Wolf. It absolutely doesn't matter, but it would have driven me crazy knowing that he was only 1 attack away if I didn't do it. Katarina is exactly in range to rescue Marth, in range of the throne, and we are out of here in 6 turns. Only 2 more chapters left. Thank you for watching.